I think it's an excellent program for veterans, especially for veterans who possibly couldn't actually make a commitment to a full MBA program. In the 5-month period, you're getting a taste of everything that would be offered in a full MBA program. And the other thing is that you would be getting that change of leadership style that you need in order to be effective in business.
One of the concepts in the military was the focus on top-down leadership.
In military leadership, I mean, it's all based on rank, and it's more dictatorial in a lot of ways. There's not a lot of collaboration that goes into the leadership process.
I found a need to supplement my education and to supplement my experience with additional skills.
How do I remove myself from that military experience but still retain my leadership capabilities and change myself so that I could be a better leader in a business environment?
At the school of UCLA Anderson Business Management, they taught us how to lead from the bottom up, how to engage and interact in people development skills.
The program does a really good job of tying together a lot of executive skills concepts and a lot of business concepts and puts them in simulated and real-world application.
I looked at the strategies and the concepts, the curricula that they were going to use, and I thought it was best fit for myself. I was interested.
It really came down to just a few programs, and the two that were most appealing to me were the Harvard Executive Program and the UCLA Executive Program. Ultimately, I chose UCLA because it was more in person. I was able to interact with the staff directly and immediately after my initial application, and they're very welcoming and inviting, and immediately tried to show me what the benefits were here.
I started looking on some various veteran websites, and I saw a link to Anderson that said that Anderson had a approved veteran certificate program.
For this program, I was able to receive the full tuition assistance, the full booking reimbursement, and the full housing allowance. You should definitely look at your benefits and find out what you're eligible for.
I used the GI Bill post 9/11, and the process for using the GI Bill was relatively easy.
I just had to come up with my DD-214, which all veterans should have, and then I had to prove my eligibility by getting a printout from the VA website, which is relatively simple. I haven't used my GI Bill in years, but I was able to reset it just with my social security number, birth date, and last known address. Once I had all that information, I printed out 2 forms and brought it here to the staff at UCLA, and they were able to do the rest of the work for me.
Probably didn't even take 2 to 3 days.
As a recipient of VA benefits, there's 1 or 2 extra things that we have to do, and those are really just writing like a summary of the course of every session that we went to. I actually found that was pretty easy, and it was a good way to reflect on the content of the session that we just received. So it usually took about 30 minutes max. At the end of any session, I would just fill out a quick form about what was the course content, what did I learn, what were my key takeaways, and how does it apply to my job.
We had to take a survey after each class. The survey was basically of the class topic, and it was easy and manageable. It gave us input, an opportunity to express what we learned during that class session.
When you're a junior executive, you really don't have a whole lot of time to do studying and homework, and this program is really focused on the in-class interaction and the in-class case studies. So at the most, I might have 1 or 2 hours of reading a week to prepare for the class. Other than that, I didn't have any homework, any additional studying, and that was really key for me to be able to balance home life and work and everything else that's going on.
The program design was very organized. We came to class and we knew exactly what we were going to cover. And I would take home just meaningful instructions, and I could apply it the very next day.
Right after the first immersion, I actually was starting to move the needle. I was coming into the meetings that I was holding on a weekly basis with my managers, and I actually was using a lot of the things that we were taught. Faculty at Anderson is top-notch.
My experience with the professors were simply phenomenal. They knew their contents and they were well prepared.
I thought the professors here were excellent. Oftentimes, even if I wasn't interested or didn't think I could apply the topic, I was so engrossed in the conversation and the professor's speaking ability that I enjoyed the class anyway, even if I didn't think I could use it right away.
At the School of Anderson, what widened and broadened my understanding of leadership was the people development skills. It taught me how to organize and oversee a larger department.
I became an alumni of the Anderson School, and I also increased my network, which was a huge benefit that I had not really even considered when I first applied.
I learned a lot through kind of the interpersonal deep dive and the personal deep dive into what are my strengths and weaknesses. And I found through the feedback from my executive coach, followed by impromptu interviews with my peers, that a lot of what I knew I needed to work on, people weren't really telling me until I laid it out for them. And they're like, yeah, you definitely need to work on that, you know.
I believe that because I attended this program, I gained a promotion.
When I came out of my MBA, I had the fundamentals. I didn't really know how to apply them. And what I got out of the EP program was how to take those fundamentals and actually apply them as an individual and as a leader.
I would definitely recommend the School of Anderson to my brothers and sisters serving in the military and those veterans that have served in the military.
My name is Barry Cordero. I'm a veteran of the United States Navy. I was a enlisted nuclear power plant electrician.
My name is Brian Delhut. I'm Vice President of MK Diamond Products. We make construction power tools in Torrance, California.
My name is Leonard Hernandez Jr., and I am a director for Inglewood Unified School District.